What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to do a run against United Phalanx. I'm going to show you guys the team that I'm using so that I was able to get into at least the top 5% of the points ranking. It's not the best by any means. I'm in the top 7% right now, but at least we'll be able to get these rewards. There's not a whole lot of difference between these rewards right here. I mean, this is just an award is all this is. So it's not really a big deal. I mean, these are really what you want for your hyper tuning. And you got 3 difference here. It's not big. Cogs you can easily farm. So it doesn't really bother me at all to be in this 5 to 10% range. And with a S rank Lucia Plume, you can absolutely do this. In fact, the builds that I have on these characters, other than Lucia, aren't very good. They're not very good at all. In fact, if you take a look at the builds that I have on these characters, Lucia looks pretty good, right? She's got 6018 BP. I did do hyper tuning on this memory right here, but these other ones don't have any hyper tuning. But there is full resonance on these memories. If you guys want to see all the resonance on them, these are not the best resonances by any means. You see these two are hyper tuned, and then we have the Einstein memories with the 6-star weapon that isn't even resonated. But the other builds are not that great, right? We do have a triple S live here. We do got a 5-star weapon that's just resonated one time. We have a Da Vinci, no resonating at all on these. These are just level 30, only overclocked once. So a long way to go, right? But live is really important, one for your heals, but also because of the Guinevere set, which is actually going to increase the elemental resistance, right? Whenever you're applying ice damage to Kamu, which is exactly what he's weak to, you're going to do a lot more damage to him. It really helps a lot. Now this, I'm not saying this is the optimal team by any means. I mean, really depending on the level of your characters, really is going to depend on the characters that you're using. And the reason I'm using the 3 that I'm using, obviously I'm using Lucia Plume because she's a nice damage dealer, but the reason that I'm using these other 2 is because they're at level 80, they're leveled up. I just get a lot more damage consistently out of them. I mean, you could put Lucia Lotus in there and Ayla, but those 2 characters for me just aren't as leveled up as my Liv and my Tenebrian Convoy, right? These guys are at level 80. I can just get more damage out of using these characters. And Convoy here is actually pretty awesome with his QTE because his QTE does do a lot of hits. It can trigger that Zuane set, which actually will increase your ice damage. And that's the reason we have it on him. Now, if this was fully leveled up, and this is just level 1, no resonate, no overclock, nothing like that, right? Just level 1, level 25, nothing major at all. We just got a 4-star weapon on him. He is double S, but just a 4-star weapon, right? And if he was leveled up, if I had all these memories leveled up, I guarantee I could do a lot better than what I have done. But as far as the options that I decided to choose in here, gotta wait a moment, we'll hit ready, wait for these guys, and I'll show you which one of these I actually opted to go for. So you want to make sure that, you are playing with another team member, like they already cleared it. That way you can get the extra bonus damage. Now, I did use this first one, the limit of dodge gauge increased by 700%. That's very, very important. And, I'm running Hannah's on my Lucia Plume, but if you was running a Frederick set where your damage actually increases as you dodge, this would be godly for you if you're using a Frederick. I haven't used a Frederick on her. I mean, I have, but I get more damage out of my Hannah so far because my Fredericks, I don't know, I just seem to do better with the Hannah set so far. Probably need to practice with the Frederick a little bit more. And then your critical zone east here is another one where you actually gain 4 additional orbs. That's very, very important, especially for a character like Lucia Plume, because once you go into Arctic form, the orbs just start, they sort themselves in the right colors. You have 3 blue, 2 red, 3 yellow, whatever, and you can just easily ping, 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 ping. And the more orbs you have, the easier it's going to be able to do that. The next one that I had opted was the Southern Zone 2 here, where you actually start with the battle with 100 energy. I don't know if this is really the best option, but that for the run you're going to see, I was using that. And then this Western Zone 2 is actually godly because this actually synergizes with Northern Zone 1, where every successful dodge will reduce the attacker's defense by 20%. This stacks up to 3. So, like, say you're using a Frederick set, right? If you're dodging and you're going to get all this along with the extra increase of damage from your Fredericks, and then also you're going to have a whole lot more dodges because you'd have this option available for you. Now, this one here is actually extremely good, where you gain 48% extra damage. Casting a signature move grants super armor. This is another amazing one. It really depends. Honestly, I think that this one here, Southern Zone 1, is better than Southern Zone 2. In my humble opinion, I think this would be a lot better for you. But the run you're going to see, I actually had Southern Zone 2 enacted. So I'll go ahead and bring it up for you guys, and I'll just run through you with what I'm doing. It's actually pretty simple and pretty straightforward as far as what we're actually going to be doing here. And you'll see, guys. So I'm using Liv's leadership, right? And we're just getting 5% extra attack. That way we can just switch in Lucia. And once we do 3 pings, we can go straight into Arctic mode and do a lot of ice damage. So we switch her in, we dodge, we go into the Matrix. There's a red orb, right? We'll hit 3 pings, and then we'll use our signature and we'll apply our QTEs, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna attack for a little bit. We got a 30-second cooldown on that Hannah set, you know, for it to proc to go into the Matrix when you do a 1 ping. So I'm just kind of letting that cooldown proc a little bit, and then I switch to Tenebrian, right? I'll use him. Now really what I want to do, or what I should be doing here, is I should have been using my 3 ping with Tenebrian there. That way, my 3 ping red, that way I could have brought in Liv. So that was kind of a mistake I'm making in this run. That is something that would have helped my score, because the more debuffs you have, the more damage you're actually going to do. And there we go, right? And we do the signature again. And this is what it is. This is pretty much how simple it is. Once you bring in Lucia, you'll do 3 pings, and you want to use the red orb first, obviously, so that way you can ping your Da Vinci, or just use the 3 orb along the way, a 3 ping red orb. That way you can bring in your Da Vinci from your Liv, and then also use your Tenebrian at the same time. And you're just going back and forth, right? After I get done using Lucia, I attack for a little bit, I'll go into the Matrix, and then I'll switch to Tenebrian, I'll switch to Convoy, I'll attack for a little bit, right? And once that cooldown's off from switching out Lucia Plume, I'll switch her back in and do the same routine over and over again. I don't use Liv at all. I just pretty much use Convoy and Lucia Plume here for my attackers. Again, I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. This is just the way that I opted to do it myself. So I'll show you guys the full run in all its glory at the very end, but I was able to hit 290,000, and that did give me enough points to get into the top 5%, so that way I can get some pretty good rewards. So hopefully, you know, this will help somebody out there. I mean, there's going to be people that's going to use different teams because they can actually get more damage out of other teams, especially if they have, you know, their memories leveled up, which I don't. You know, I focus so much on my attackers and focus so much on leveling up those memories, I neglect all my support characters and even some of my tank supports, which is something I shouldn't do. But I mean, we only have so many memories from these events, and I just try to farm as much as I can for my attackers. But I'm getting to the point now where my attackers are getting leveled up, so now I can actually start focusing on these support and tanks to try to increase my scores in all the game modes in the game. So if you are using a Hannah, this might help some of you out there. So let me know how y'all doing in the game, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.